A savings account alone will not help you save because it's not just about the money you save. It's about your beliefs and patterns. I'm referring to how you are used to managing your money. These patterns are the repeated behaviors and routines that influence spending, saving, or investing your income. They are often deeply ingrained habits that can significantly impact your financial well-being over time. For example, spending patterns can include how often you dine out, shop for non-essential items, or make impulsive purchases. Saving patterns involve consistently setting aside a portion of your income for future goals, emergency funds, or investments. Patterns can also relate to how you approach debt, whether you consistently pay off credit card balances or accumulate high-interest debts. According to Forbes, 48% of Americans have opened a high-yield savings account. It is a high number. After all, we were told all our life that we needed to save, but the reality is that the average savings account balance in 2019 was around $5,300. Americans are not saving much these days. According to the Bureau of Economics Analysis, the average savings rate for June 2023 was 4.3% of income left over after people spent money and paid taxes. To put this number in perspective, the average person in Switzerland saves about 14% of his yearly income. Numbers don't lie, and here we can see that having an account doesn't mean that we will save, and it can give a false illusion of financial security. The challenge is modifying your beliefs about money to help you save. If you are a person that thinks that you will never have enough money, it will be harder to seriously consider pathways to financial stability, and your beliefs will conflict with your situation. Negative beliefs about money can lead to inaction. If you believe you'll never have enough to save, you might not even attempt to start saving, which can perpetuate the cycle and make it impossible to build wealth. Inaction leads to insecurity, and that brings stress and anxiety. Constantly worrying about money and holding limiting beliefs can affect your mental well-being and overall quality of life. Alongside beliefs, spending patterns also play a significant role in building stability, saving, or investing. I'll talk to you about 3 of them. The first one is emotional spending. Imagine you are worried about your financial situation. You are highly stressed because you have $500 for the rest of the month. Shopping makes you feel better, so you decide to go shopping and buy a bunch of clothes and accessories you don't need. While shopping, you feel a temporary boost of happiness and excitement. But later, when you look at everything you bought, you realize you spent $300 on stuff you didn't want or need. Now you have $200 and a sense of guilt that translates to more stress. That's emotional spending, using shopping to try to feel better at the moment. The second one is called impulse spending. Impulse spending refers to making unplanned purchases on a whim, often driven by emotions or temporary desires. This pattern involves buying items without considering their necessity or long-term value. Impulse spending can make you hoard things that are rarely used and contribute to financial strain over time. Imagine walking into a mall and seeing a cool gadget on sale. Even though you didn't plan to buy it, you feel excited and buy it on the spot. Later, you realize you don't actually use the gadget much, and it ends up just sitting around. That's impulse spending, buying something without thinking if you need it. It's important to pause and think before buying things, especially if they're not on your list. The last pattern we are going to look today is called lifestyle inflation. Let's say you get a new job paying you much more money than before. With your higher income, you start eating out at restaurants more often, buying another car, and upgrading your phone to the latest model. You also move to a fancier apartment with higher rent because you can afford it now. While these things are nice, you spend much more on them than you used to. That's lifestyle inflation. As your income increases, you start spending more on things that might not be essential. It can make it harder to save or invest for the future. Understanding the significance of money beliefs, mindset, and spending habits is vital for financial well-being. Your financial well-being is an essential factor in your overall mental health. When you worry about money, it's hard to avoid anxiety because you don't know if you can afford rent in the future. You enter survival mode and start neglecting yourself, lowering your self-esteem, which can produce more anxiety, creating a loop from which it is hard to come out. Our mission at Felix Tellus is to help you understand what factors can influence positive and negative mental health. A flaky finance situation is a significant factor. Therefore, we want to give you the tools and the information that you need and teach you step by step how you can develop a better position, which will have a remarkable impact on your well-being. Subscribe to our channel to to learn more about the intersection of finance, productivity, and mental health. We will be releasing videos that will teach you from the very beginning everything that you need to know to become a healthy, wealthy, and happy person.